Hey, let's go on a fish room tour. I'm going to show you all of my aquariums, starting with this one, then this one, and this one. Here we go. This first aquarium is in our master bedroom, and we use it as an African cichlid grow-out tank. I built the stand myself using plans from the king of DIY, but I could have done a better job. This used to be a 75-gallon overstocked African cichlid tank, so this filtration was good for the time, but now it's so lightly stocked that it's over the top. This Fluval FX4 canister filter has a water sensor by Yolink right at the bottom of it. I should have the canister filter in a tub, like I have with this Fluval 407. That way any small leaks will be caught before they turn into big leaks. This temperature controller by Inkbird only allows my two heaters to turn on once it reaches 80 degrees. When it reaches 81, it turns them both off. A malfunctioning heater could easily kill them! Kill them all! If you don't have one of these already, what are you waiting for? This tank is lit by a 4-foot Fluval Aqua Sky. It has a lot of customizable features and a timer, and it's all controlled from my phone by Bluetooth. This used to be my overstocked 75 African cichlid tank, but now it's pretty much a skeleton crew in here with a couple of Ethanops and an OB that has an eye injury, does better with just a few fish instead of an overstocked situation. This tank definitely isn't going to be winning any beauty contests. I am thinking of putting something else in here, like maybe some rainbows that can live with African cichlids, something like that. So if you have any suggestions, please leave those in the comments for me. On the left side here I have my Eheim heater and my FX4 output. In the middle I have my 407 output, and over on the right side I have my two intakes, both of them right next to each other. With the outputs both facing to the left, they push the detritus to the bottom right to get sucked up by those intakes. Now for the prettier tanks. This is my 180-gallon 2x2x6 South American acrylic tank.
Acrylic? I hope you love scratches.
Yeah, acrylic definitely has its challenges, and I'll be posting a video soon on things I've learned to help minimize scratches to keep your acrylic beautiful. This is the South American tank on its stand, and stick around until the end and I'll show you a walkthrough of both of our larger tanks that stand in the walkway and the living room. Both of these large aquarium stands were made locally, and while they're beautiful, my favorite part about them is that they both stand 45 inches high, which puts the aquariums right at eye level for me. When I'm standing to look at the fish, I hate to have to stoop down to see them. This aquarium only has one Fluval FX6 filter on it, although it should have two based on water volume. Because the angels don't like a lot of current and some of the smaller fish in this tank might get blown around, I'm just waiting before I add the second one. I do have this one in a tub in case there's a leak. There's a Wi-Fi water sensor in there with it, and I have it on a platform to help reduce head pressure since the aquarium stand is so high. I also keep the water sensor siren in this stand as well. That way, just in case the text I receive about the water alert doesn't catch my attention, this will catch the attention of anyone in the house and maybe the neighbors too.
May want to cover your ears.
This Inkbird controller is green instead of blue like the other one I showed you, and it's a little better. And if you don't have one by now, seriously, just pause this video and go to Amazon and buy one. But then come back and don't forget to like and subscribe. This black controller box next to the Wavemaker is the controller for my Uniclife 1058 gallons per hour Wavemaker. It's an awesome Wavemaker and that controller is fantastic. I have it pointed directly upwards because I don't want too much current, but I do want the water surface to be broken, just in case the filter stops working. This is my Fluval 4-foot Sea Marine light. It gives me a little bit more control than the Aqua Sky does. Now finally the fish. I love these angelfish so much. They're all veil fins, and I've gotten them from different places. They're not all perfect. One of them has a hooked dorsal fin, but I love them all. I like the different colors. Most of them are fairly large now, and I have probably a couple more coming that are going to be the super red kois from a local breeder. So in total I have 6 angels right now, and then I have 7 geophagus. They're the red-headed Tapajos, not showing any color yet, but they should be showing some color soon. A lot of these plants are fake, almost all of them. The ones that are attached to the driftwood are the only real ones in the tank, so I only have 3 real ones and then some moss. The others are from a place that I found on Etsy called Lower 40 Farms, and I really am happy with the quality of the plants. Most of them look pretty real. All the rocks came from a local river except for one of them. On this tank I also have the intake on the left and then have the output just over to the right, so it's shooting across the tank a little bit. And last but not least, we have the biggest and the baddest, the 2x2x8 240-gallon African cichlid tank, perched on a stand just like the other one except 2 feet longer. Those are metal corners, by the way. Pretty cool. Almost everything else is pretty similar to the other 180-gallon, except I have 3 filters in this one. One's in a tote, and then I have the other ones on a platform, raising them up a little bit. Keep all my supplies there. And of course I have my Yo-Link water detector in there, just in case. Up on top, I do have a temp controller, but it's not on the wall right now. It's sitting down right there. And this is the Unique Life controller for the, I think it's 3,000 or so gallons per hour. I only have it set on 1 though, so I don't use it a whole lot. Mostly the filters are taking care of the water flow. But here it is in action. It does have different patterns you can use. This is my high door wave maker, and I believe it's 800 gallons per hour. They work together to create this circular current that pushes the detritus to 2 of my intakes that I have over on the right side. On this tank I have 2 of the Fluval Sea Marines. One is a 4-foot section and the other one's 2 foot. That's only 6 feet, and the tank is 8 feet long, so I'd like to leave a little die-off on the light on each end. And here it is. Now don't forget, after this I will be showing you what it's like to walk into my house with these 2 aquariums. One in the walkway and one in the living room. This tank has so much variety of the fish. I just love it. And I haven't had any aggression at all really in the last about 2 months, which has been fantastic. The fish are spread out evenly usually throughout the whole tank. Look at this guy. I got him from Snake River Cichlids, and I can't remember exactly what kind of OB he is, but I think he might be the Insignis OB. Look at this guy. This one here, I think it's his strawberry dragon blood, and I actually picked him up. Don't shun me because of this, but I got him at Petco, which I usually don't buy fish there. This is my first Cicada, I believe you pronounce it. I purchased him from someone local that no longer had a tank for him. He's the biggest fish I have. He doesn't have a lot of color, but I just love his personality. He just gets along with everybody. And this guy, this is Gary. We weren't sure if this was a female or not, but he's starting to show some blue. Look at that. He's about 5 inches long, and now he's finally showing some color. We thought we were going to have to get rid of this guy. Not kill him or anything, but just, give him away. Look at Moby. Oh my gosh. It's my blue dolphin, and he's so happy all the time. He gets along with everybody. Look at those eyes. He just couldn't hurt anybody. He's probably my second biggest fish. And this is, I believe, I think he's a red German. I always get the red Germans and the ruby reds confused, but I'm pretty sure he's the German, and he's very beautiful. The hawk, look at getting some color. He is about 6 to 7 inches long. I love the way he turns on his side if there's a new addition to the tank and swims over them. Really cool to watch. If you can get a hawk, if you have a 6 or 8 foot tank, man, these guys are awesome. I believe you recall Zeke, my zebra obliquidens, my favorite fish. Look at those stripes. You don't want to mess with this guy. He's nice until you push him too far. And here's what it's like to walk in. We just had this house built, and this was the thing that I loved about it most, was this entryway where I could put an 8 foot long tank. Excuse the reflections, it's still in the daytime, so. And then right around the corner, I wasn't sure if I was even going to get to have this tank, but put the 6 foot right there, so they're just right across the corner from each other. The living room's over to the left, so I can't really watch the Africans too much while I'm sitting down at the couch, but I can watch these guys. Let me know in the comments if you have a favorite tank of mine, or if you have a cool setup at home for your aquariums. Here's what it's like to look from just to the right of our kitchen, and then from our dining room table. You can see the living room over there with Higgins and Mia, the half wiener dogs. Hey, I hope you liked my tanks. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.